So here we go. Here is the compost that was underneath the tarp, and effectively all I'm going to do, and already it's dropped down quite a bit because when we started it was probably up to about there. So it's already broken around. See, it's starting to get brown. So all I'm going to do is take the edge stuff, put it into the centre, and might need to give it a bit of moisture. And at the same time, what it does is I start to encourage worms in our mother. And we're starting to get worms and soil happening. It's coming through, and then this will be another garden that we'll do. But that's what I'll do. We'll just start tooling this, tipping it over. Dark riches. Good. It's not too warm at the moment, so I have to do something about that. You want a bit of temperature in here. Okay, yeah, so that's what we're going to do, bud. Tip that. Yeah, welcome back, whānau. So here's our pile moved. Just stacked it up, put a bit of moisture back in there, and so you would have seen that it was over there. Just stand up. So it was here, just moved it over. So effectively taking the outside materials, putting it into the centre, and just keep rotating it around. And as you can see, like all that material in there, it's encouraging, the weeds have died off, and I'll broad fork that, and this will become part of a mudder. So what I'm doing by moving back and forward, I'm actually creating the mudder underneath, and I'm actually encouraging the worms to start to come up and break this down, and them moving around will soften up the soil, because at the moment it's all compacted because it's never been, well, in my time it's never been used as a garden. So I'm encouraging the worms, and then I'll put a broad fork down, and I'll use this as my compost to lay in there. Yeah, pretty happy with how that's going. It's an easy process. How do you do it? You pretty much put down your materials that you want in there, and you think of three things: greens, carbon, so brown, and then you might have some accelerants that you put in there, so likes of dried out sheep poo or cow poo or manure of some sort, and then you just add it and mix it in there, and eventually, as you'll start to see, it's all starting to brown up, and isn't it, even the branches and now all the foliage that was on the branches breaking down too. Yeah, so I'm now just put my tarp back on top, so I'm wanting to keep the warmth in there and encourage the activity inside the soil, and the creation of all the microorganisms and the biomaterials inside there to be active, and then that becomes food for our mudder compost. Okay, all right. Kia ora whānau. Back in our compost pile. I've just started digging it, and I've gotten to the centre. There's a bit of warmth coming through here. I actually need that a little bit warmer, but it's breaking down. I did add some further greens, and that's breaking down, warm. The composting is starting to go along well. So when we started, this was all green. You can see how it's just starting to brown off. But I do need it to be a little bit warmer than what it is. But it's coming along all right. Hey, kia ora anō whānau. So here's one of the tasks I've been doing in the rain, is my compost pile. You would have seen me allude to it, the tarp, this plastic over top of it. I'm just doing a rotation. I haven't done this for a couple of days because of the rain, but it's drizzling enough now where it's okay to get out and do it. So the pile was down there. All I'm doing is just rotating it. Just go back and forth, and I've been doing that each day. Turning the materials that were from there, the greens, and from the tree branches, and I made a pile. It was probably up to about there, and it's slowly breaking down. So that's one of my tasks in the rain while I'm working, and goes along with the other ones that I've already mentioned. Choice. Happy gardening. Hey, good luck. I let the chicken inside our composting that we're doing over here. I'm just going to scrape that up, put it into a pile, and then I'll broad fork our riwai mara for our potatoes, and this is where we'll plant out our potatoes in here, and also at the other side. So that's what we're going to be doing soon. Hey, kia ora whānau. How's it going? Welcome back to Kaitiaki Mara Kai. We're in our mara today and just doing a bit of preparation. So here's the winter mara that's been going along. Really doing well. We've taken some of the broccoli, blanched it and frozen it. We got 8 bags of that. And we're now moving over to prepping this bed for our potato, piru and kumara mara. So just to recap, tarps down to kill the grass. I also made a pile of compost, which is, I see a little bit of pile in there, and basically moved, it was quite high, probably up to about there, and it's broken down, and I moved it back and forward, and every now and then I left it open and allowed the chicken to go in there and do her thing. So now we're just, I'm just going to broad fork to loosen up the soil, compaction to aerate it, and prep the bed. I'm going to actually scrape off the compost that we've got here, and I'll put it in my wheelbarrow, and that will then go back into the soil. But yeah, this is our potato patch. So the idea being is we'll plant this one out, and then come Christmas time, 128 days or 120 days, we will have some potatoes and piru to eat. Okay, follow me on as we're going along. I'll do some more pics and update videos. I wouldn't normally do this, but I've actually chopped the chicken over the fence and just give her a bit of a free feed and do a bit of scraping. So here's the compost pile that I had put in there. I'm going to put that into there, and then I'll broad fork. He's having a good time, and I've got a bit of mahi to do. Broad fork, clean up all this compost, chuck it in the wheelbarrow. Yeah, okay whānau. Click the like button, click the share. Hei kona. Here we go. Just lifted up the compost that I created, and so you can see the bottom of it. Oh, here's the soil. Look at that. All that nice soil in there. And all that lovely stuff there. Now what I'm doing is I'm just sieving out my compost that I made, just getting all the big sticks out, and we'll get this nice composty soil. Can I get through? Yeah, in there. I'll show you once I've done it. Awesome. Here we go. Here's the compost pile that I had where the black tarp was. And 4 months ago now, I started breaking down this pile. It had grass waste, it had clippings from the Fiji trees, which were these ones here that I used the lawnmower to break up. It had cow manure in it, and so now we're at this stage here where I'm just sifting out the big branches, putting them aside, and I'm actually going to use the branches for edging as well along the edges, just to suppress the edging of the grass there. But here's what I have now in relationship to compost. Fresh compost. Too much, all right. Look at that, beautiful soil. Notice how it's not as dark as worm castings. So this is just the materials, the green and carbon waste that we've been broken down, thanks to the worms and the temperature process. Whereas the worm castings is the poop from the worms. So anyways, that's an update on my compost process that I've been using. The tarp, cover it, and each day turn it over, periodically let the chicken in, and that big pile, we've got that, and I'm sieving it into that. So watch out for the next update in regards to my compost. Wow, I'm pretty stoked with that. So I've put some of that compost that I've cleaned up from that was on there, used the extra bark that hasn't broken down, just chucking it on the edges just to suppress the weeds a bit. But then I've also laid some of the compost around, putting it on the soil, and the plants will take the nutrients out of it as and when needed. And so the last of it, put some on my carrot mutter that I had over there, some around the spring onions, spinach. That's pretty cool. You know, you watch it on YouTube, others doing it, and go through the process yourself. And in preparation for that bed there, we put the tarp down, put a compost pile in from all our autumn and winter cleaning up around the yards, and just slowly broke down the compost. I've now filtered it, and this is what I have here. All this lovely broken down soil. It's been sifted, and I can now just add it into my planting